this just want to connect this tube back to the coolant, the radiator. Okay, so so gonna push this in, and that's it. There is no clip whatsoever here. I guess that's because the radiator is not gonna flow into here. Well, it may, but not when it's really over. When you feel too much of it, so this is good enough. So I'm gonna put these two screws in, but before I do that, I need to put the two screws over here. I think one is over here. The other is on the other side. So, okay, so I'm just gonna put that screw in, and also there's another one over here. That screw in there, and then I think there's one over. Yeah, there's one over on top here, and there's also one over here. So I'm gonna try to find those screws and put them in here. Okay, so there you have it. And bolts, and I had to use both. I have to reach down and use both hands to be able to thread this bolt onto the fastener in the back, so I can lock the radiator with the back support frame in the back, so this radiator is not gonna move when the car is driving or going over bumps. There's another one on the other side, so I didn't tighten this down yet. I'm gonna install the other bolts, number 10 bolts, and then I will screw both. I'll tighten both bolts after I'm done. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. This is the top of the fan, and same thing here. And I have these are number 10 screws, but you can see it's not easy to get in there because it's not lined up. So this fan is pushed to the extreme, so it's kind of difficult to be able to put the screws through. So yeah, it's gonna take some effort to be able to put the screws in there and line up. The plastic is in the way, so I'm gonna try. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. Decided to use my power drill to grind the plastic down a little bit, so that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. Just to drill a hole. The plastic could not line up, so I had to use my welder gun to get in there to weld around the hole, so I can the plastic hole, so I can melt the plastic, and then I can put the screws through. So that's what I did. Okay, I welded this plastic, melted the plastic here. I was able to put this number 10 screws in, and also this number 10 screws in, And now this is the wire. I'm just popping these wires back in, pushing them in, pushing them down, and that's it. There's no other there's no trick to these wires. Just pop them in, push them down. Oh gosh, why is it so? There you go. Took some effort to push that down. Anyway, so these two fans are connected, but you know, as you can see here, let me get you light to see the hole better. So I mounted that hole. You can see now my screws can go through here and then into that hole. So number 10 screws. Number 10 screws. Same thing with this hole here. Just gonna put the number 10 screws in there and then be done with this installing of the two fans. So the driver's side fan is passenger side fan is locked, not going anywhere. I'm just locking the driver's side fan, and then I will install the batteries, connect the hose. This is the final hose, the top hose that I need to install, and that should be it. Okay, so I got a few bolts that I have to tie down around the batteries, like here, 1 and 2, 3, 4, which is over here. You know, so 1 over here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Then a few bolts up here, you know, and then I'm gonna bend this backwards to 90 degrees. Right now it's almost parallel, 30 degrees, and it's 180 degrees, so I'm gonna bend this over to 90 degrees so I can open and close this hatch engine hood. So right now I'm just going to install I'm just gonna put the 3 bolts in, one over here and one over here to lock the coolant fans in. Plastic in this hole wider, as well as this hole wider, because right now I can't put the screws in there to lock the fence. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, to open this hole up, the plastic, before I get to the hole, widen the plastic a little bit more. It's hot, burning hot. Then same thing here, I just use the welding gun to get in there to melt those plastics so I can put the screws in there. That's how it's done. Screws on, and I'm going to tighten them down in there into the screw holes to finish installing the fan in the back of the coolant radiator. This is the top cover, and behind these top covers there are these Phillips screws, 1, 2, and 3. Then if you move over to the center, there's another one there in the middle. You see that? That one there. So I'm gonna put the screws in there. And also over here, I believe there's a couple. And that one just broke off. you know, but these center screws are the one that attach the cover to the front cover to this grill cover here. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do here, trying to put all the screws back in. At my last step to install this bottom guard, after putting everything back, radiator, thermostat back, and all connected all the hoses. The problem is this piece here. I don't remember where this thing should go back. So, kind of I'm thinking maybe in the back here, inside of this front guard, but not 100% sure. So maybe it's back here, but just not sure. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at my video to make sure. And just see. Oh, okay. So it is like that. Same thing with this one. I'm like, oh, these three screws here. Maybe they're not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be screwed in. This piece belonged to this piece because I saw these two holes outside and this one hole inside. So, and I saw that it's protecting the top of the radiator. So, and it makes sense because there's three holes coming out from here. It's catching it on the other side. So I'm just trying to push this, trying to mate this piece to go back in there. Oh, yeah, so I'm not sure why it's not going in. So okay, yeah, okay, so try to see what's going on here. I have installed this SUV, the radiator. Finished installing the radiator, and I'm gonna bend this back a little bit more, and I'm gonna fill the coolant tomorrow because it's getting late. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Well, I install this guard until I know for sure that I don't have a leak. Once I know for sure that I don't have a leak, then I'll install this bottom guard.